This is the beginning of a bonfire on December 31st, 2015, New Year's Eve. It's a bunch of dried leaves and wood. We're trying to get it to stay. It's finally starting to light a little bit. It's nice and cool out here.
I have this paper.
As you can see, it's starting to light. We are not using any kind of artificial lighting. The only, lighter fluid or anything. The only thing we're using is one of those lighters with the long extensions on the edge.
Barbecue lighter.
Yeah, the barbecue lighters. That's the only thing we're using right now. And it takes a little bit extra time to get a full fire going without lighter fluid or anything to keep it going besides the wood and the fire, but it's worth it because it's more natural. And here we go, it's starting now. We have a few spells we are going to conduct on this fire. Some spells for Dwayne and I, Melody, for the new year to kind of help direct it in a way. We want this fire to be a nice ritual to remind us of the beautiful year that we just had and to welcome the new year to come. So it's very poetic and it's a real peaceful night. If you can hear the cars driving by, people are going to and from their nice parties or whatever they're doing. Hopefully they're being safe. Before I tell you anything more, I want this fire to be fully going. So hopefully it will start to really go. What I think part of the problem is it's been a little damp here the past few days. So the leaves and wood are not as dry as they could be. But as you can see, it's going. It's just not a full blaze yet. We have a few spells to conduct for some clients and friends. And we want to do it with the fires fully blazed. We like to do it when it's at least a foot or two high. But that's not necessary if you are thinking about doing a spell like this. That is purely for our own purposes. That's just our preferences. We like to have a nice full big fire going. But it really does not matter. You could simply burn a piece of paper and have it going, but that's what we like to do. So it's starting to get going now. I'm going to slowly try to put some more leaves on top of here. Hopefully the leaves help the wood to get nice and hot and charred. So then the wood will help it along also. Well, anyway, for the spells around a fire, we want to always call the corners. We And by calling the corners, I mean north, south, east, and west. And we always like to call upon the higher powers, the angels, and we like to begin with a nice silent moment to really clear everything. And then we take a piece of paper, sometimes it's a leaf, but we write down something that represents the client or the person who we are casting the spell on. In this case, it would probably be a name. And we also write down the intention for the spell. So, then, after we call the four corners, the elements, and then we have the element of spirit, which is the fifth element, which is us. After we do all that and have the moment of silence, we place the piece of paper or leaf that is the representation of the person who the spell is for. And we have that, and we place it right in the middle of the fully going fire. And it's a very beautiful process. As you can see, it's a few minutes later and the fire is just now starting to reach about 1 foot high. Here is the piece of paper that represents the client. This represents you. Okay, and here we go. You are part of the flame, and this is what we do. This would be around the middle part of the spell, and then afterwards we do some chanting and some meditations to go along with this. But as you could see, the fire always reacts to the spell cast paper. It's like it helps it get stronger. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that this gives you a perception on what goes into doing a bonfire spell. And what makes this spell so wonderful is because we're doing it on the eve of the new year. So we are putting some incense into the fire now, and I'm going to put a couple extra sheets of paper to make sure it continues to go. But as you can see, we're not having too much problem with it at this current moment. It just keeps bouncing up and down. But we're putting some incense. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there we go. It's one for each element, and there's a sage leaf. We're going to throw it in here, and this is for prosperity, for all. Prosperity. So, this concludes this video. May you have a blessed day, and may your new year be as bright as this beautiful bonfire. I just want to show you all of this night is ending with this fire. It is going to go out probably within the half an hour. And I know. And we have put cinnamon sticks and a whole bunch in here. And this is a very beautiful, beautiful bonfire for tonight. We have focused upon a lot of things, and this is for all of humankind too. We want all of humankind to be able to raise their personal energy vibrations so that Earth can ascend into the higher dimensions, so that we all may benefit. And this ritual is for everyone.